Hey guys, it's me KSMR here, and today I'm going to be reading a Tendou Satori ex-listener. This is my 3,000 subscriber special. Thank you guys so much for 3,000. It's really crazy just to think that I'm at 3,000 subscribers. Like, whoa, I never thought I was going to have 3,000. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. And now without further ado, this one is titled Shonen Manga in a Secret Room. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right on into the video. You were sitting inside of the library, hidden in your secret room with a few new additions to Shonen Jump, having read them already. You had built your secret room in your first year of Shiratorizawa over winter break. The library was open, but there was no one there, and you had found a secret room in the wall by knocking on the wood. It was from when the school had first been built, being an office, but the door was removed and plastered over the other side. You would ask the student council if you could turn it into a secret hideout for you to read in, and they agreed, since you usually did all your work. They wouldn't talk about it unless someone asked them about it. No one but your friends in the student council knew about your hideout. Your hideout had padding on the wall to make it soundproof from the outside, outlets installed, a mini fridge, 4 beanbag chairs, 2 cute lamps, and a bookshelf full of manga that you bought. You had to wait till your free period was up for you to go buy the latest edition of Shonen Jump. You were antsy, hanging upside down from your beanbag chair, legs against the wall, as you heard a pair of footsteps coming towards the secret door. The door cracked open, making you move the shonen manga up into your chest. A flash of red came into your view as you stood up, or as a figure stood up. Ooh, you read shonen? I thought I was the only one who read, I thought you only read shoujo manga, first name son. You heard a familiar voice of Tendou Satori, your friend, who was the loudest and cutest person on the volleyball team. Your eyes darted to meet the boy with red hair. Tendo, you read shonen too? Your hair was hanging upside down. The boy sat down on the beanbag chair next to you. He picked up one of your magazines. Yeah, of course I do. It's so good. I have no one to talk about it with though. Tendo flipped through the pages slowly, reading one of the older editions that you had bought. Well, I can come here during this period. Most of the time I'm reading shonen or shoujo manga anyways. I sometimes do homework here. Other days I memorize scripts for plays for drama club. You casually invited him, going back to reading, piquing his interest as you mentioned your plays. I think I'll do that. But more importantly, I didn't know you were in the drama club first name. A cute person like you has to have a big role then. He flirts casually with you, and it flew right over your head, like the oblivious person you were. I don't really get big roles in the plays. They all usually go to the prettier people. But thanks for the compliment. I'm just an understudy for one of the main roles. They do everything in their power to be there, no matter what. So it doesn't really matter to me. You replied to him flatly. You felt your blood rushing to your head as it made you start to feel dizzy. So you sat up, turning over and snuggling into the beanbag chair towards Tendo. I think you should be the main star. You're way prettier, so I think you'd be good at it, first name. Tendo flirted, and it actually processed as a flirty line inside of your brain, making a small blush make its way onto your cheeks. Thank you. Want to go with me to buy the next shonen? Want to go with me to buy the latest edition of Shonen Jump after school? You inquired eagerly, but the boy shook his head sadly. I have volleyball practice every day after school, so sadly, I can't join you, darling. Tendo sadly responded, closing the shonen magazine and leaning into your shoulder to look at what you were reading, which made a bigger blush arise on your face, but your expression didn't waver. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So how about we hang out on Saturday? He suggested, looking at him, his own face close to yours. Him staring coolly back at you. A satisfied smirk arose on his face. That works for me. 11 a.m.? Alright, meet me in front of the girls' dorm room area. Then I can show you my collection of shonen manga in my bedroom. You bumped your fist in the air, an accomplished look washing over your features. Tendo leaned against her shoulder, opening a different shonen manga to read next to you. The presence of each other brought both of you comfort, reading until the bell rang, indicating that the school day was over. Tendou closed his manga, a signature smile on his face as he leaned his head back, resulting in his head being upside down, face only inches away from yours. I have to go to practice now, first name. I'll see you here tomorrow. I'll pay you back for the copy of the Shonen Jump if you get one for me, he told you, getting up and placing the manga back into your manga shelf. Nice hideout you have back here, first name John. You wave at the boy, grabbing your already packed bag and following him out of your secret made room. Once you two had escaped the room, he had offered his hand to lift you up onto your feet. Thanks, Tendou. I'll see you tomorrow. To buy Shonen Jump we go. You let go of his hand, waving again towards him, and darting off into the store, where the newest edition of the Shonen Jump manga was released. Monday evening. You picked up 2 copies of Shonen Jump from the store that you were in, getting some snacks to fill the mini fridge and ingredients for dinner that night with you and your girlfriends. After you checked out, you were walking back into the dorms, eventually getting there and opening the door to go in. You felt a pair of arms wrap around your torso. First name, you're back. You saw your best friend behind you, Haruka Kurosawa, which happened to be your cousin too. You laughed out and turned around to hug her back. Hey Haruka, I was just getting the next Shonen Jump for me and Tendou to read in my manga room tomorrow. You pulled away from her, holding up your bags to show the things that you had gotten. You walked into the kitchen with her as she helped you unpack your things for dinner. Her being eerily quiet for the ADHD-filled girl, the two of you started cooking dinner when the girl finally spoke. First name, do you like Tendou? Haruka asked bluntly. You looked up at her, slightly surprised before responding. I mean, he's pretty cool and nice, so I guess so, you replied, putting the rice into the cooker and throwing together everything for everyone in your dorm to eat. Do you have a crush on Tendou? Haruka teased, a slight blush rising onto your face. You looked away. I thought you liked Tendou. What happened with that, Haruka? You tried to change the subject. She nodded in affirmation. I do, but I also like Ushijima. A lot of girls like him too, so it's hard to imagine anything ever happening. But Tendou likes you way more than he likes me, Haruka stated bluntly, grabbing the plate and starting to get food for herself to eat. Ushijima glances at you when you're not looking. You always go to his volleyball games to practice. He always talks to you, and Tendou usually has one-sided conversations with a man. Mind you, Tendou is one of his best friends, he pointed out. The girl turned to face away, walking to the counters with her food, waiting for you. But she was twiddling her long dark purple hair, a telltale sign that she was deep in thinking and boredness. You joined her with a plate on the counter, muttering a quick prayer before eating. The two of you ate in silence for a while until the girl spoke up. I think I'm gonna ask him out, Haruka whispered, finishing her plate and shoving it away. Do it then. Ask him to meet you in the lounge area tonight. You encouraged. The girl took her plate to the sink, washing it as you finished your own food. I'll do that then, but you have to help me, Haruka announced, walking over, stealing your empty plate and bringing it to the sink to wash it. Nope, I'm not gonna help you. You're gonna have to read I'm going to read the latest chapter of Gagugan Babysitters tonight, you corrected, walking over to the button to call everyone for dinner who was there. Pressing it, you strolled over to Haruka, grabbing her hand and pulling her into the lounge room. That helps me so we'll be alone, so thank you, the purple-haired girl replied, a satisfied grin visible on her lips. Whatever, Haruka. Wait here and text him. Practice should be done right about now, you instructed, walking away from her to go to your room. Wait, where are you going? I'm going to change and read. What else would I be doing? You told her, continuing until you got upstairs, getting changed and sitting on your bed, starting the latest chapter. Tuesday afternoon. You were sitting inside your manga room, sunken into the beanbags. Your friend had asked Your friend had asked Ushijima out last night, And unsurprisingly to you, he said yes. She was so excited, talking nonstop when she got upstairs. It made you smile, seeing your best friend so happy, happier than she could be. Your thoughts were interrupted by Tendou entering your room. "I'm back, first name. Did you hear that Haruka and Miracle Boy are dating?" he asked, plopping himself down right next to you, glancing at you. "Yeah, she's my roommate, and she wouldn't shut up about it, but I'm happy for her," you responded, closing the manga that you were reading, looking back at the boy, a small smile on your face. "Well, that's one down. Now it's my turn," Tendou remarked, leaning into your face. "What is that supposed to mean, Tendou?" You questioned curiously, slightly put off by the statement. "It means one of us has won a person's heart. Ushijima's had a crush on her for a while, so now it's my turn to ask my crush out." He leans forward more into your face, a blush now starting to dust both of your faces. You could feel his breath on your face, making the room feel a lot hotter than normal. "Tendou, what are you doing?" you whispered. The boy put his hand on your face, caressing it gently. He moved, causing you to panic slightly, but he only put his forehead onto your own. His face showed an amount of nervousness that he was holding in, and it made you already know the answer to the question that you had asked, except Tendou chickened out, saying something different than what you had expected. "Can we read Shonen Jump now?" he asked, breath barely above a whisper. You felt it against your skin. You pushed him away, blushing insanely or intensely with a scoff and a wide smile on your face. He had a cheeky grin on his face, the redhead waiting patiently for your response. Satori, you jerk. Don't play with the girl's feelings like that. Jeez. He scoffed playfully, rubbing the back of his neck, and he rubbed the back of his neck. Tendou's face perked up when you realized what you had called him. "Did you call me by my first name? You're finally comfortable enough with it? Ha! Huzzah!" I think that's what he said. He celebrated, you realizing your mistake, and you turned away with embarrassment. "Whatever, Tendou," I slipped up. You replied to his celebration, pulling out the latest Shonen Jump and handing it to him. He pouted when you called him by his last name. "Aw, come on, please just call me Satori," Tendou whined out, leaning closer to you, making you push his face away with your hand. "First name, come on." "Ugh, fine, I'll call you Satori if it makes you stop whining like a little kid." You gave in, his face lighting up. "Thank you, first name, I love you." Tendou thanked, and he booped his nose in a response. "I love you too, idiot," you jokingly replied, leaning your back onto the beanbag chair, opening your Shonen Jump manga. "You really are sweet, first name Chun," he replied happily, opening his Shonen Jump magazine and started reading next to you. "I know, Satori. If only you knew he was being serious when he said he loved you. He knew you had taken it the wrong way, but he didn't care. He'd just have to try again tomorrow." Tuesday, late afternoon. "Tendou, did you tell them?" Ushijima inquired while serving to Tendou, who wasn't acting normal for his receives. Tendou looked down to the ground, and he was being unusually quiet. "Yeah, I did, but they took it the wrong way. I chickened out at first, then I actually told them I loved them." Tendou served at Ushijima, but hit the net instead, rolling to Ushijima's side. "I was fine with it at first, but now it's really bothering me. I just want to tell them." "Try again tomorrow. Don't worry about it, you'll be fine," Ushijima reassured, walking up to the ball and tossing it to Tendou. "I'll try not to. Thanks, Ushijima." Tendou served it, continuing his practice a little more confident than he was a few minutes ago. Friday evening. You sat on your bed, staring up at the ceiling, the shoujo manga laying on your chest. You let out a huff, upset at what had happened the other day with Tendou, your crush. Earlier the day. "First name, I'm glad you remembered to bring my library card, because I'm totally checking you out," Tendou flirted with you, lifting your chin up and looking you in the eyes. He had started using cheesy pickup lines on you. You were getting far too annoyed from it, removing his hand from your chin. "Satori, if you keep flirting with me like that, I'll think that you'd actually catch feelings for me." You scoffed at the boy and continued to read your manga. "But that's exactly what I'm trying to tell you. I love you." he replied sweetly. You brushed it off, thinking he was joking. Whatever, Satori, I love you too. You pushed him away by the nose and pushed him from your face, a small giggle escaping your lips. He sat up, falling back into the beanbag chair, shoving his face into the manga. You didn't notice his sad aura, continuing to read your shoujo manga until the bell rang, in which he immediately left, not waiting for you. Your heart couldn't help but pound in your chest. Doki 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 doki. Ugh, what did you have to do to get him to stop flirting with you? It was really messing with your head. You threw the manga towards your bookshelf, turning around and shoving your head into the pillow. He doesn't like me, but he said he loved me. He was probably only joking. Why did he have to get so close and tease me like that, only to act like nothing ever happened? You thought, letting out a muffled scream into your pillow and feet. You heard footsteps coming towards the door. You assumed it was just your roommate. Just come in, I'm having a breakdown about Mr. T. You yelled, lifting your head up so she could hear you. The door opened. Surprisingly, you heard Ushijima's steps, which you'd recognized from him coming into your manga room so many times, asking for advice from you, or needing a place to cool down sometimes. Ushijima, Haruka is in Ryo's room. I know she is. I asked her where you were, Ushijima replied, sitting down on your roommate's bed. You turned your head and looked at him with curiosity. Ushijima had never really needed a you specifically. He was always either asking you about a homework assignment or something to do with somebody else's, or helping people with their problems. What advice do you need, Ushijima? Is it about Haruka? You shifted your body so you were facing up, facing the boy, so you could see his face. I'm not here for advice. I want to tell you something, Ushijima blankly said. He looked troubled. You raised your eyebrows in surprise, grabbing the pillow and hugging it tightly. Shoot. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. Shoot, you told him, and he nodded. When he says something, he usually means it, and he's going to keep trying until you stop doubting yourself. You won't see the truth, and you really brought him down today, Ushijima stated, getting up from the bed and leaving, and that left a confused look on your face as you were sitting on your bed, dumbfounded by the boy's words. What the hell is that supposed to mean? You mutter under your breath. Startled by what the boy had just told you, you racked your brain for what you thought it meant. Your mind immediately wandered to Tendou. Was he talking about Tendou? Wait, does that mean that Tendou was being serious when he said he loved me? What if actually he was trying to tell me that he liked me these past few days? Oh god, I've been rejecting him. That's probably why he left without saying anything. I need to go apologize, now. You got up, swinging the door open and running out of your dorm, down the stairs to the boys' side of the dorm area, finding Tendou's dorm room. You tried the handle, but it was locked, so you started banging on the door mercilessly. Satori, open the door. We need to talk. You yelled through the door. You stopped banging on the door, hearing a pair of footsteps coming towards you. The door opened, revealing Tendou Satori with his hair down, it being wet from a shower. Sheesh, first name, calm down. You could have just knocked, You cut the boy off, jumping into him with an embrace, which also knocked the boy down to the ground. You sat on top of him, tightly hugging his torso, muttering sorries into his chest. He just put his arms around you softly, rubbing your head gently. The feeling of you tightly hugging him made him extremely happy. He picked you up, you wrapped your legs around him tightly. He closed the door behind you, placing you down on his bed, sitting next to you, letting you lean onto his shoulder. You letting out everything you had been trying to figure out for the past week. I'm so sorry, Satori. I was being super oblivious to you. I was being inconsiderate. I really like you, Satori Tendou. You cried out softly into Tendou's shoulder. He sharply inhaled, not expecting you to actually reciprocate his feelings. He took a deep breath, bringing your body to swing around and sit on his lap, allowing you to have more of a comfortable position. You sat your head on his chest, tears streaming down your cheeks in frustration at yourself. You finally got it first name, huh? I'm glad, darling. I love you so much. Tendou laughed out the first part, but getting serious during the second part. He planted a kiss on your forehead. The tears were still streaming down your face from causing sniffles to come from you. Tendou reached over to grab a few tissues for you, wiping the snot coming from your new nose and the tears with the tissue. You started to calm down when you were breathing, the scent of his cologne filling your lungs, causing you to calm down significantly. I love you too, Satori, you murmured to him, lifting your head up into his gaze. Your hands went and snaked to the boy's face, moving it closer to yours, pressing a kiss onto his lips, and kissing I literally messed up that whole thing. He moved his face to yours, pressing a kiss on your lips, kissing you passionately. Your hands moved from his face and wrapped around his neck, kissing back gently. Tendou pulled away first, caressing your face with his hand, swiping the hair out of it. You're so cute, first name. I think we should date, he cheerfully declared, pecking your lips once more, a faint blush covering both of your faces. You're much more adorable than me, Satori, and yes, we're dating now, he declared back, sitting up and laughing with the boy. You're mine, darling, and I'll never let you go, Tendou whispered, snuggling with you, letting you fall asleep in his arms, the day fading into the night, the future changing forever. That was really cute. I kind of wish I didn't mess up so much, because damn, I really did that, huh? But I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. As I said before, thank you guys so much for 3,000 subscribers. That's insane. I can't believe that I have that many subscribers. This is kind of a longer one, but I hope you guys enjoy it because it is Tendou, and I get numerous requests for Tendou literally every single day. So yes, and I am going to be coming back with some of the series that I have, because I haven't posted most of my series videos in like a hot minute, so I'm definitely going to be posting some of those. So anyways, I just wanted to thank you guys again for 3,000 subscribers. I really appreciate it all, each and every one of you guys. I love so much. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.